Welcome to the Ultimate Pathogen Guide. Pathojen is the only dedicated healer in Fragpunk and guaranteed one of the strongest support characters in the game. Whether you're playing solo or with a team, her versatile abilities make her a powerhouse when used correctly. In today's video, I'll break down her abilities, optimize strategies, and key tips to maximize her impact on the battlefield. I've broken this guide down into chapters, so we'll be covering each of her abilities and how to get the most of them. If you're new to Fragpunk and need some fundamental tips, check out my Kismet guide for beginners after this video. Pathojen possesses three powerful abilities, the first of which is Emotional Rescue. This ability deploys a grenade-like device that generates a healing field, gradually restoring heal to you and your teammates over time. Understanding its range and cooldown is crucial for maximizing its efficiency to keep your team in the fight. While a single Emotional Rescue provides healing, it may not be as fast as needed in crucial moments. To accelerate the healing process, you can deploy two at the same time for increased recovery speed. However, keep in mind that these devices cannot be reused, so it's essential to heal the teammate that's the lowest health or position your team together to maximize the benefits. Pathojen's healing ability features a visual indicator that helps you track when it will expire. For example, when you deploy Emotional Rescue, you'll notice it has a decent radius, but you can also see a flower-like tentacle around the healing field. This tentacle gradually shrinks over time, providing a clear visual clue of how much longer the healing effect will last. This allows you to plan your positioning and maximize its benefits before it disappears. While Emotional Rescue is a powerful tool, it does have its limitations. One major drawback is that you cannot heal behind cover. Pathojen's healing field requires you to be within the radius and in direct contact with it. The way the healing works is you need to be in the middle of the radius. Here's an example. If you're low health and you throw Emotional Rescue down, then immediately move behind cover, you won't receive any healing. To heal effectively while staying safe, first reposition yourself to a secure location, then look down at your feet and deploy the healing field directly on yourself to ensure you remain within its active radius. One of the most important things to consider when using abilities is the cooldown. But with Emotional Rescue, that's not an issue. Pathojen's healing ability has no cooldown, meaning you can deploy two rescues back to back without waiting. This gives you the flexibility to double up healing when needed, whether you're trying to recover quickly or support multiple teammates at once. Dropping Emotional Rescue in the open makes it easy for enemies to push you out of healing. Instead, position it behind cover near an object or in a safe area for your teammates to actually benefit from it. Emotional Rescue does a great job from keeping you in the fight, but if you need to heal faster, try deploying two at once. This significantly speeds up the healing process and can be a game changer in clutch situations. Just remember, they are a single use, so make them count. Pro tip: did you know during a duel, you can actually still use your healing ability? While standard healing is typically disabled in duels, you can bypass this restriction by using Pathojen's Emotional Rescue. This allows you to heal yourself during the fight, giving you a tactical advantage and increasing your chances of successful win. Now, let's talk about Pathojen's Shroom Wall. This ability creates a barrier that can be used to cover or block doorways, giving you control over enemy movements. Whether you need to temporarily protect in a fight or want to cut off an enemy's escape route, Shroom Walls can be a game changer. However, keep in mind this cover isn't invincible, it can be destroyed. So while it provides a great temporary protection, don't rely on it as an invincible shield. Now, when it comes to placing Shroom Walls at a doorway, it's important to understand the two different types of doors you will encounter. Long open doors. These are wider door entrances that Shroom Walls cannot fully block off. While you can still use it for potential cover, enemies may find a way around it. Shorter doors. These are narrow that can be often completely shielded off with a single Shroom Wall, preventing enemies from passing through. Knowing the difference between these door types is a key to placing your Shroom Walls effectively. Use them wisely to cut off enemy movements, slow down the push, or create temporary safe zones. Even if your Shroom Wall doesn't fully cover the doorway, you can still place it at a specific angle to create a peak gap. This allows you to hold an angle while staying mostly covered, giving you the advantage in a gunfight. Position the wall slightly off-center to create a small gap. Use the gap to pre-aim enemies while staying protected. Force enemies to guess where you're peeking from, giving you the upper hand. Mastering this placement can help you secure kills while staying safe. Pathogen's Shroom Walls are recallable. If you don't like their positioning or need to replace them for better cover, you can call them back to reuse them instead of wasting a new one. Adjust your wall placement mid-fight if you misplaced it. Block a different angle if enemies rotate or push from a different direction. Use your wall strategically instead of running around quickly to place it. This gives you more flexibility compared to static over abilities, so make sure to take advantage of it. Now, let's talk about Pathojen's most overpowered ability, Killer Queen. This ability lets you throw down a trap that will detonate poisons to enemies and deal damage over time. When used correctly, it can be a game changer in fights, forcing enemies to retreat or weaken before they can engage in a fight. There are 2 ways to detonate her poison. If an enemy walks near the trap, it will automatically trigger, poisoning them, dealing damage over time. However, you can also choose to detonate Killer Queen yourself before an enemy reaches it. This requires good timing but can catch opponents off guard and control the battlefield more effectively. Mastering to let the trigger automatically versus manual detonation can make a difference in the fight. If you anticipate an enemy moving towards the trap, consider triggering it early to ensure they get hit before they have a chance to react. The reason I say Killer Queen is broken is because of how powerful it can be in post-plant situations. Once you place the bomb and reposition yourself in a safe spot, you can set up a lineup with Killer Queen, meaning that you can hear an enemy defusing, you can throw the trap directly into the bomb site. Once it lands, it can create poison cloud around the bomb, forcing enemies to either take damage or abandon the defuse. I would highly recommend to practice different lineups on different maps so that you can throw Killer Queen from a safe position without exposing yourself. Pathogen has some powerful abilities, but don't rely on them to make up for bad plays. Good positioning, good game sense, and decision making will always be more important than spamming abilities. If you combine strong fundamentals with well-timed abilities, you'll dominate your matches way more effectively. Pro tip, did you know Pathogen is immune to other poisons? I hope you enjoyed this guide on how to play Pathogen and picked up some useful strategies to level up your game. With a bit of practice, you'll be able to master her lineups and wall techniques, controlling fights like a pro. I'll be posting a lot more guides for characters, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. If you have any other questions or need clarifications, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to help out. Also, let me know what part of this guide found you more useful, or share your own Pathogen tips and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.